All right. So, hi, chicas. Welcome to Moms That Slay podcast. And I am so excited to bring you my guests. So, what I'm going to start doing, chicas, is I'm going to start once a week bringing on guests that are experts in certain fields so that they can give you their expertise, right? Because that's what we need as moms. We need to build a community and we need to talk to the experts so that we can get the best advice, right? So, today I have Stephanie on. And Stephanie is she is into fitness, child. I've seen her website. It is amazing. Okay. Talk about Boston. She has the waist trainers that we need in our lives. She's gonna talk to us about waist trainers, right, Stephanie?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Stephanie and she's gonna introduce herself. Just tell us a little bit about you, and you're a mom too. So tell us a little bit about that as well.
Yes, well, thank you again so much for having me on. And my name is Stephanie Sanon, aka Coach Stephanie, and I'm an online coach. I help mothers and entrepreneurs find balance between fitness and nutrition overall. And really, the number one thing that plays in hand is mindset. So, mindset is everything. And I'm a mother myself. I was a mother at a young age. So, fitness and the overall healthy lifestyle has really helped me tremendously, just really truly become the best version of myself. And that is my goal, to really help all the women, specifically mothers and entrepreneurs, become the best version of themselves through fitness and just living a healthier lifestyle.
Is that better?
Oh, much better. We're back.
It happens, right? I mean, the
It happens,
difficulties. So I was just telling you that I was, it's mindset is everything. And that's why I decided to do Moms That Slay, that community, and create this, because we need a space where we can talk about mindset. I think a lot of things, a lot of different clubs and stuff that for moms are great, but a lot of them talk more about the children, right? And how to raise our children, which we should do that. We should have clubs like that and memberships and communities like that. But I think we need to understand the mindset. Like I really want us to, moms, to change our mindsets. The moms that are struggling, like I was forever, for 7 years, I had postpartum depression. Even though you can't, postpartum depression is a medical condition, right? There are still some things that I started doing that helped me with it. And exercise was one, okay? And mindset was the other. So when you said mindset, that makes so much sense, because we need that. We need to change our mindset and speak positively and think more positive, right?
Absolutely. It really helps. And I'll be very honest, it's easier said than done. And it takes practice. It's just like when you first start working out, you have muscles and, you're not going to be strong in the beginning. But if you practice and you're patient and you stay consistent over time, it's a lot easier. And by all means, I truly, truly believe when it comes to like the medical aspect of things, I truly believe that for a lot of things, we do need medication. But I feel like from my view is no matter what, you should always incorporate something holistic, which, fitness, it's been statistically known and scientifically proven that it helps. It really helps, tremendously with depression, with postpartum. I've worked with a lot of mothers who dealt with that, and they see a big difference, with that side of things. So yes, I agree 100%. It's really all about mindset and practice.
Absolutely. So tell me, how did you get into fitness? Is it like a natural thing? Because it's not natural for a lot of people.
No, I've always been active overall, growing up, I was in the swim team. I played tennis. I was always active. I was kind of like a tomboy growing up. And then when I got to like my early 20s, I got pregnant and I kind of steer away from working out. I wasn't working out. I just had a baby. And I felt I wasn't diagnosed with postpartum, but I felt like there was something off. And I was young, I didn't know. And at that time, I wasn't even with, the father of my daughter. We had already separated. And I felt like there was something missing. So really, in reality, I would say the true time that I really started getting into fitness was after having my daughter. Okay. I first started with Zumba. Because, I'm from I love the
Zumba.
music. Yes. They
Latina all day. You see my
all day. Yes.
look, it says Latina on it.
I
Girl.
love it. I love it.
Yes. So yes, Zumba. Okay.
I love it. So it really helped me. I said, you know what? Let me take Zumba. And I signed up for, I had like a membership and I would go. And just with like, maybe I would say the first 3 months, I had dropped already 25 pounds after I had my daughter. So physically, that helped me tremendously. Mentally, I really started seeing the difference. I, would take the stroller and I would go for a walk. So really, it really started after having my daughter. So then fast forward, as my daughter was getting older, I went through, a time in my life where it was a little dark and I was going through my own battles of anxiety and depression and just dealing with things. And I said, you know what? Let me really get back like even harder. Let me go even harder into like working out, because I remember when I first started, even with just Zumba classes, it really helped. And so then I started incorporating strength training. I started incorporating going to the gym. I'll be very honest, I hated going to the gym. I would force myself to go to the gym because I knew it would make me feel good, but I hated it. After like 25 minutes, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to go home. I'm done.
And most of us don't want to do that, right? It's like,
it's hard. So it was hard for me. Yeah. And but I did it. I pushed myself, and then fast forward to that, when the pandemic hit, and that's when I started with BComingU Fitness. Then it was almost like, okay, you're forced to work out at home.
Yeah.
Well, now working out at home for me was a game changer, and that's where I realized that was my passion. Like just yes, working out in fitness, but it like triggered like, you know what? Not only do I feel good, not only am I in a really good place right now, but instead of me looking at it like, okay, we're in the pandemic, this is like crazy things are going around the world, I'm feeling really good, and simply by working out at home. And that's how it really started. So it really started like, I would say my mid-20s all through now. And it's just like, it's evolved. It's evolved. I'll put it that way.
Well, that's good, because I mean, I was working out at home. And it is very convenient, and I loved it. And then I get, what? The thing about me is, and I don't know if anyone else like this, I get bored so easily. I have to switch it up, So then I started going to the gym, and then I was like, okay, well, the gym doesn't have dance. So let me go back home and put on the dance workouts, So I don't know. But I mean, working out has definitely helped me a lot. And then when you see results, I mean, that just makes you happy. There you go. There's endorphins right there, just working out and seeing that you even lost weight, or you're shaped now, or whatever it is. I mean, that's something that's going to keep you going. That's pretty motivating. So, okay, what are the 3 ways that like a busy mom, right, can lose weight and get in shape? Just 3. Because I mean, we have so much to think about. We just need something simple, right? Like,
yes, absolutely. And I was just going to say that when you said simple, and that's what the key is. A lot of us women, like I feel like we overthink it, where we think about working out and we're like, oh, working out. I already work full time. I'm a mom full time. Now to go and include working out, it sounds like work. The word work isn't working out.
Right.
There you go. So the top 3 ways that I would say that it would be the best way to approach working out and to build a habit. Number 1, let me even go back. Number 1, I would say, is making sure you have a why. Like, why do you want to start working out? Because, we typically start with like, oh, you know what? Like I gained a few pounds, I went through something, and oh, my birthday's coming up, or I have a wedding to go to, so I want to lose weight. But you want to think beyond that, because let's be honest, once the birthday passes, once that wedding or event happens, okay, then we have nothing else to look forward to. So it has to go beyond, that short-term goal. You have to think about something big. So for example, my why was, I want to be healthy. I want to be able to move around with my daughter. And I don't want to feel sad and anxious all the time, because exercising really helps.
Okay. So you're saying, instead of having a short-term goal that it's going to pass, it's going to come and pass in a short time, right? Time span, to have more of a long-term broader approach to working out. Like, I just want to be healthy, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't get me wrong. It's, when you begin, you do want to take small steps and have smaller goals. But when you're first starting, you want to have the bigger picture of, okay, why am I doing this? Because you're not always going to be motivated. That's the truth. You're not always, there's going to be days, where you're like, oh, you know what? And especially now with like the time difference now, and it's like dark by 5 o'clock. So when you get home, you don't want to do anything. So I would say that's the number one. That's the number one. Number two, pick something that you truly are going to enjoy, because what you see a lot on social media is they push a lot of strength training, which is great. I love strength training, but not everybody loves to lift weights. That's the truth. Now, I always say pick something that you love to do, and there's so many options. There's strength training. There's, even cardio. I know a lot of people don't like cardio, but there's different ways of cardio. There's dancing, how you said. People love to dance. Dancing is fun, and there's different types of dancing. There's, if you want something more low impact, there's Pilates, there's bar training, there's yoga. There's so many options. So whatever that you feel like is your calling, that, is something of interest, go for that. Because when you do something that you love, you're going to see the results, and not only physically, but mentally too. So I always say that would be number two. You want to make sure you pick something that you truly love. And then last but not least, number three, in order to start, I would say is, instead of focusing on, okay, I have to being with this intensity, reach this goal. If I don't do it, I have to do everything all at once. Take one step at a time. And what has helped me is building a schedule. So we already have a schedule with work, with, the kids, we make time for when we're meeting with our friends or going on date night, whatever the case may be. I always say, now we have to make time, even if it's 10 minutes. It doesn't even have to be, even if it's 10 minutes to work out. So what I always do, even to this day, is I'll grab my phone and I'll put it as if it's a meeting, like a work meeting, something that's important and meaningful. Like, oh, okay, at 12 o'clock, for 10 minutes, I'm going to go for a walk. Or for 10 minutes, I'm going to dance. Or, I'm going to do that 30-minute workout. And having a schedule, it takes time. You start with 1 day a week. And then after that first week, add another day. And really all you need to get results is 3 to 4 days a week. You don't have to work out 5, 6, 7 days a week to get results.
So would you say walking is a good way to work out? What if some people just want to walk?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Walking, I feel like, is so underrated.
Yeah,
a lot of people think that I was just walking. First and foremost, a lot of us women, that midsection, the pooch, the belly area, believe it or not, number one is nutrition. Yes, you have to watch what you eat, but just walking really, really helps with, let's say, for example, if you want to minimize that, walking just helps, especially if you're feeling stressed out or anxious because of the kids or work or both. Walking literally after 7-8 minutes with deep breaths, you feel so much better. So absolutely, walking.
Yeah, and it's good for your lymphatic system as well. Working out and getting all that, your system moving and working properly, and sweating is good. I tell people sweating is good. It's all right. Sweat, get the toxins out of your body, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Absolutely. Sweating is great. And, everybody's body's different. So let's say if you're working out and you feel like you didn't sweat enough, it's okay. You're still going to, as long as you move, your body is going to feel it in a good way. But sweating absolutely is great.
Sweating is amazing. Okay. So how do you encourage, first of all, there's a bus. Mike, what time is it? Oh yeah. My mini me's will be getting off the bus soon. So if you hear the bus, I'm a real life mom situation. So that's the bus. But anyway, how do you encourage moms who don't want to work out? What if you have a mom that doesn't really want to work out, but how great the benefit is for whatever she's struggling with? What do you say to her? What would you say to her?
So I get that a lot, believe it or not. A lot of my moms who started my program, that's, I would say about 50%. Yes. They knew okay, I want to do it. But the other 50%, they knew they had to do it for health wise, but I know that they didn't want to work out. So I always go back to, when I hear that from moms, it's like, okay, why do you even consider, let's say, working out? Like why? And I always bring that up in a conversation. So if I'm talking to a mom, that's the first thing that I bring up. And it goes back to those top 3 things, because like I said, it's very difficult when you go on social media, because social media is everything. And you see all these routines, you see these workouts, and you get discouraged, like, oh, I got to do all that to work. Right. Oh no, forget it. So really, in reality, I always discuss and I say, listen, figure out your why. Why is it that you're even considering? Why should you do it? And I always tell them, like, look, even if you don't want to get like a heavy workout in, start with just making sure that your nutrition is on point, because in reality, your nutrition is 80%. And then how we discussed just now with walking, even let's say, a lot of people think that like exercising, you have to have like this like fancy routine and fancy equipment. Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Listen, you can start off with, it's funny how you brought up, like that your kids are getting off the bus. Mm-hmm. Let's say, for example, because I also pick up my daughter from the bus. What I do is I'll park the car like a little further out. And like, you know what? Let me get my steps in. And I purposely park a little further out and I get those extra steps in. So even doing that, let's say on a weekend, you go food shopping. You know what? Let me get my extra steps in and, take my time. So like you get creative with it. So pretty much what I do is I ask them for their why, and I approach fitness in a different way, where it's not just like, okay, let me grab some weights, let me go to the gym. And you don't have to go to the gym. You can work out anywhere. You get creative with it. Grab the baby, grab your kids. And when you open up, when moms start hearing that and they see it, they're like, okay, you know what? I can do this. And they're more open to it, to working out.
Working out. So that's the thing. Like, I'm glad you said that about your, working on at home and different things, because that's how, like, we follow each other on Facebook, right? And then when I seen you on TikTok, I was like, oh, that's my girl from Facebook. Okay. And then I started seeing your workout stuff, and I was like, at home stuff, and it looked fun. I was like, oh, okay, wait, no, we have to talk even further, because this would be great for moms. Like, and then the fact that you target moms in your videos, your reels, it is a no-brainer, So I was like, okay, this is going to click with us, because we're targeting moms. We are moms, and we understand how it works. So I like the fact that you have your reels, and I definitely at the end, I want you to tell everybody where to find you, because that's where they can find the different exercising routines, right? On your reels.
Absolutely. Yeah. So on TikTok, it's at BComingU Fitness, and when you spell it, as you can see, other way right here, it's BComing and then the letter U Fitness, and it's all on my social media platforms. On TikTok, Instagram is the same, at BComingU Fitness. On Facebook, it's at BComingU Fitness, and I'm always posting, short clips, simple but very effective movements that don't even sometimes require any equipment. Even if you don't have equipment at home, you can use your body weight. And it's effective movements. I post a lot about, like the mom pooch exercises, the lower abdominal, legs, the glutes, arms. So it's really, really helpful. So definitely check me out on social media. And then also my website is BComingUFitness.com, where you can also find my website.
And I'm going to put all your information at the bottom, because I don't want anyone not to be able to go on there, because it's very inspiring. And I seen a reel where it was like a before and after or something like that, where you were showing how you started, and you had a VO, so a voiceover about, your journey, and I think that, I'm telling you guys, you have to go over there and check her out and follow her, because she has some great stuff on there, and definitely your website as well. I'm excited about talking about your website, but I'm gonna get there in 1 second. I have a question now. Okay, personally, does working out make you a better mom? Do you feel like working out made you a better mom? Like, I find for me, when I'm not working out, like before, when I wasn't working out, I was more irritable. Like, I was just irritated, maybe a little bit more anxious, and then when I started working out, it was like I can deal with things a little bit more, kind of, sort of. I don't know, it's weird how working out did for me. But what about you? Do you think it makes you a better mom?
Absolutely. I always believe that you have to take care of yourself first. Absolutely. Before you can take care of everyone else. And it could be hard for us as moms, because we're always putting our kids first. We're always doing things. But in reality, it comes to a point where you do have to think about yourself, because like how I mentioned, fitness, eating well, balance. I always say the 80-20 rule: 80% you want to be on top of your nutrition, and 20% you want to enjoy.
Yep.
And it really does. How it's changed me tremendously is how I talked about in my 20s. I suffered a lot from anxiety. I would be stressed out all the time, irritable. And, now that I'm in my 30s and my daughter's older, and I get my workout in the morning. That's the first thing I do. I stretch, I do my affirmations, I get my workout in, and my day goes so smooth. I'm able to focus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to pay attention, and I feel good about myself. And because when you feel good about yourself, that energy projects. And your kids, most importantly, they see what you're doing and they mimic that. You see that? So my daughter, for example, she's so cute. She's very into her books and reading and studying. And I've always pushed her with like exercising and with fitness. And she sees me, and she's not really, well, I would say recently she started getting into sports, but before she wasn't really into it. And I was like, come on, join me. And I would do workouts with her. And she loved it because you spend bonding time with your kids, and it's the best time. So that's another way or excuse to get fitness into it. Involve your kids, whether they're infants, toddlers, or they're, teens or tweens, however you want to call it.
Right.
So it's helped me tremendously. And the kids see it too.
Yeah. I like to do with my kids. I like to play kickball with them.
Yes.
Right. And then you're getting that movement in. It's a lot of movement. You're running around, they're running around. And when they get their energy out, we're happy. Like that's our motive, like let's go play outside. In our mind, we're like, let's get you tired.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can go to bed. And right, get some wine or something so I can watch my movie.
Yes.
A million questions. Let me get you tired first. So it's like you're doing two things at one time and you're benefiting in both ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that. I think that fitness is such an important part of having a sound mind and just being, having your mind like relaxed, and so that you can be a mom. Like, I don't think people understand it's a whole mood being a mom. Like, you have to listen. It's
I know,
yeah. Right.
Yes, it's really another job. It's another.
It is.
Even more. And the thing is that job, you never quit from that job, because even when they're grown, even if you think about, for moms with our moms, I would say for myself, I talk to my mom every single day, and I'm always reaching out to her, and it's the same thing. So, why not, be the best you, and you be happy. And I'm telling you, even if you start with 10 minutes, so for the moms like watching, even if you start with just 10 minutes, walking, involve the kids, you will see and feel a big difference. Highly, highly recommend. It's like the best medicine, and it's for free.
For real, for free.
Yeah.
And you could start looking good doing it. Like, a thing about me is like, yes, I'm a mom, okay, but I am gorgeous. Okay. I love being fabulous, being fit. So when you start working out with your kids or on your own, and you start seeing that your body is starting to shape out, because that's what's going to happen, especially if you're eating correctly, right?
Yes, yes.
I mean, not only will your mind be okay and your anxiety will go down, you'll also start framing out, like the way you want to. And then if you incorporating weights, doesn't that help you like burn fat?
Yes. Yes. So for, all of us women, we want to have the curves, we want to have the flat tummy, we want to, be tight, toned, what they call. Right. And really the number one thing is you have to incorporate weights. And strength training is important. At some point in your journey, I always encourage to incorporate strength training, because it really helps tremendously to burn fat. You actually burn fat a lot faster when you incorporate weights versus just sticking to cardio. Cardio will help you lose weight, but if you want to keep your shape or build shape, like the curves, you want to incorporate the strength training. And I always say even incorporate like 1 to 2 days a week HIIT training or some sort of like cardio training that will help you tremendously. And when we discussed earlier about the waist trainers, I've been wearing waist trainers since I had my daughter. And there's a lot of stigma with waist trainers, but I truly believe they really work when you incorporate good nutrition and with working out. And I've seen results not only for myself, but with my clients as well.
So let's talk about that really quickly. Off subject really quick.
Yes.
The Latina, community, they throw you in a waist trainer quick, honey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They come out, they're like, here you go. Here you go. Let's get you in because you tell me, because I know, but let's tell our audience why in our community, in the Latina community, this happens. Like why do we do this?
It's something that I've seen since I could remember, to be honest. And I'll never forget that while I was in the hospital in labor, my mom literally is bringing the waist trainer, what they call the faja, like mija, like the moment, and I'm like, Mom, like I just, gave birth, but it's just part of the Latin community. It's just something that I've seen from like my aunts, my cousins.
Yeah.
And it's really all about just learning, being educated, understanding, what kind of waist trainers to wear, having the right size too, because of course, if you wear one that's too tight, it's not good either. You want to start with the right size.
Yeah.
And it takes practice. I always encourage that if you're considering getting a waist trainer, start with 1 hour. Like I would say 1 hour the first couple of days, then increase, 2 hours, 3 hours. I normally encourage you could wear it like up to 8 hours, but I honestly do have some girls who wear it even longer. But it's really your preference, and it really helps train the waist. That's what it's called, waist trainers. Right. And you do have to incorporate, it's not magic. You do have to incorporate proper nutrition. You have to incorporate exercising, because if you just get the waist trainer and put it on, you're not going to see the results that you want. Yeah. So I always encourage like as a full package, and it's great for like back support. And, the ones that I have, personally, they're great for working out. You can wear it for working out every day, where they make you sweat. So right. I love them, but it's just something that I've just been brought up with, and it works. it works.
Does work. It pushes because when we have babies, everything is all over. Like it's weakened, it's stretched, and we need to push it back up for like memory purposes. Your body is very smart, yes. But if you don't put it back, where it belongs, and help it out a bit, it can get lax, and your muscles are lax, and it's hard to get those muscles. You can tighten them again, but it's not as easy.
Agree. Yeah. It really helps. If anything, it helps. It doesn't hurt whatsoever. And it's just, having, the proper education about it, having like, a coach or whoever, having a coach. I always explain to the girls, like, listen, this is how you wear the waist trainer. This is what the benefits of it. And, I always tell my clients, I said, if you have any questions, you can always message me, reach out to me. And I'm always great at responding. But yeah, I love them. I still wear it to this day.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your program, because like you just said that your clients reach out to you if they have, questions about waist trainers. I think that's really important to have a coach, that can walk you through, especially if you're not, if you're not knowledgeable of, fitness or anything like that. A coach that can say, hey, this works for you, that works for you. Hit me up if you have questions. And so just tell us a little bit briefly about your programs and what you have to offer.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm an online trainer. I'm an online coach, and I have clients all over the United States. And my program right now that I have is called the Becoming Warrior program. So I offer live classes 4 days a week, and they're anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes of training. And we do everything from strength training. We do full body sculpt, which is kind of like a little mix of like Pilates, bar, and like body weight. We do pelvic floor training, core training. We do stretches. It's really like all in one. So I like to switch it up and have a variety, because number one, so you get a little bit of everything. It's not boring. And also because, there's some that may like more of the strength training, but then they also want to have the mix of like, well, you know what, I want to do more of like my pelvic floor training, which is just as important. So I have that program. Right now I actually have a promo when it comes with like my waist trainers, which I'll discuss shortly. But I have with my online program, it's less than $1 a day. And with the program, you get access to me 24/7. And the number one thing is when you hire, because a lot of people are like, okay, why am I going to pay for training when I can just go on YouTube, when I can just go on social media? Yes, absolutely. You can go on social media and go on YouTube, and yes. But the number one reason is that accountability. You need someone to tell you, okay, did you do the work?
Exactly.
Did you have your greens? Did you do your protein in? Because we all need that. Even for myself, I have my own accountability coach. We all need that. So it feels good when a coach genuinely cares about you and they're like, you know what? Coach Stephanie is on the ball. She really cares. And a lot of times, like how I've seen with a lot of clients is they you have moments, where you get discouraged or you don't have the motivation. And that is where I come in. And on a daily, no joke, on a daily, I reach out to all of my clients individually. And because I want to make sure, like, hey, checking in. So that's the number one. And then the other reason why is because you want to make sure that you're doing the right type of training, that you're getting the right type of routine. I got certified with NASM, so I'm certified with not only just being a trainer, but with stretches, mobility, with weight loss. So you want to make sure that you work with a professional, someone who knows what they're doing. So it's really, really important. If there's a specific goal that you're looking for, definitely highly encourage it. So that's why for the affordable rate, and that you can literally train from anywhere, from home, from the gym, from the office, from the park. So like I mentioned, a lot of moms, if they're on the go, okay, you know what? Let me hop on these classes and I'm at the park, have your phone on. And most importantly, like, let's say if you can't make it on live, they're all recorded. So you have to be on the go. Nice. Yes.
Yeah, that's good because, time is crazy. When you have children, you just don't know. Something could pop up and then you have to go. But I think the best thing, and there's so many trainers out here and they're probably great too. But I think the thing about you, the difference with you is you're a mom. So it's like, it's one thing to be a mom and you've had children and your stomach's stretched out and, whatever, and you're trying to train with someone whose body's never been through that. And you're like, yeah, but you don't understand like the frustration. But the fact that you're a mom, you've already been there, and you understand our frustration when it comes to getting back where we used to be before kids, or just being better, getting our bodies better. So you get that. So that's a plus.
Absolutely. And one thing that I want to add on is another thing that you gain from the program too is not only like the results physically and mentally, but just that confidence, because you brought something up where it's like, when we become moms, a lot of us lose our identity. And that actually happened to me. We lose our identity. We're like, okay, I'm a mom, and then you kind of feel you're stuck. You're like, okay, is that all that I do? No, and absolutely not. You're not only just a mom, you have to have your own identity, and you want to feel confident in it and feel confident in wearing that outfit and going on a date, with your partner, and, being able to just be out and being who you truly are. So that is another great thing. And the community that I have is incredible. It's all women, all moms, entrepreneurs, and they're amazing.
That's amazing, because that's what I definitely am really adamant about teaching, the fact of you are a woman first. Let's go there. Okay. We've had a life pre-motherhood, right? Yes. And when you go into the next chapter and you become a mom, if you don't continue to be that woman and that mom, and it's not easy, but if you love who you were before, say you were an entrepreneur and now you're a mom and now you're not doing your, what you used to do before, that's going to depress you. You're going to have like imposter syndrome. I mean, it's a whole thing that I talk about because I've been there. I understand. So you have to incorporate who you were, or who, because that's who you are at your core, and being a mom. And this is very important. And fitness is definitely a good look, because I'm telling you, I felt so much better once I started. And when when I haven't worked out enough because it's like I get achy or something. I don't know. It's like my muscles ache and I'm just like, everything's popping at. I'm like, why are you? I'm just doing this.
Your body starts asking for it. Like once you incorporate that, you're like, oh no, I need to go work out. And it's a good feeling because it feels good. It feels good as being a mom. And I love that like you also work out. I can't wait for you to come and work out with me.
I have to. I'm coming because I love to work out. I recently incorporated strength training because I started seeing that my natural weight is 145. Okay. And I'm thinking, that might be a little bit too small now because I'm like almost 40 in next month. Oh
my goodness. You look really good. I would have never thought.
Thank you. Yeah, girl. I'll be 40 in December, honey. And it's a celebration, honey.
Yes. Capricorn, right?
Saggy. Actually,
okay.
20th. Yep.
Oh, so you're right there, like in the car. Yes.
Yeah. And I have an 18-year-old. Like he just got his driver's license today. So I was with him doing that. And I have an 18-year-old boy, 12-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy, 9-year-old girl. Okay.
Wow.
Ciao.
And you look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so when I started losing the weight, I started seeing like things just wasn't tight. I'm like, oh no. One thing about me, honey, we're going to get it right. We're not going out there half-assed. It's not going to work.
No.
Not going to work, right? So I had to start strength training. And I actually like strength training. It's pretty cool. I'm like, oh, I feel strong or something, you know, like it was good. So yeah, I'm definitely going to come there and check you out. I'm going to check out your waist trainers because I love waist trainers.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit real briefly about the waist trainers. And then
absolutely. Yes.
Find you and all that again.
Of course. So right now I still currently have my Black Friday sale. I actually started earlier in November, the beginning of this month. Mm-hmm. And I have my Black Friday sale up to 60% off. It's my waist trainers, shapewear. I have, I believe I still have left some seamless sports bras. Great collection. It's BecomingUFitness.com. Also on all my social media platforms, BecomingU Fitness. You can find the link in my bio and I'll take it directly to the website. And just a reminder, it's just the letter U, so it's not Becoming YOU. And I have the sale all throughout until Black Friday. So it's a great, it's a really good deal. It's like my biggest sale of the year. So definitely check it out. They're really good waist trainers, and I have different options because I have waist trainers that are latex. I have some that are latex free. I have the wraps, all the goods. Right. All the goods.
And yeah, I seen the one where there's you zip it and then it's like the Velcro. I like that because I have a long torso. I mean, chicas, if you have a long torso, short torso, it matters in my opinion, right? So if they have questions about that, can they email you through your website or something?
Absolutely. I actually have on my website a chat option. Okay. So you can always send a message and we always respond. With any questions, and then also in the waist trainers, there's also a size chart too. So if you need questions, and if you still have any questions or doubts, like I said, there's always a chat, or you can always message me on social media, and I respond pretty quick.
You do. Yes. I'm hitting you up. You're like, hey. I'm like, okay, cool. That's what's up.
You have to communication.
Yes. Right. OMG. Okay, so this was so fun. You know what? We have to have you back because I have questions. I wrote it down because that's the type of person I am. When you come back, if you want to come back, I
would love to. This was fun.
Okay, perfect. I want to talk about different things like the fupa. Well, you called it a pouch, so we're gonna call it a pouch.
The pouch. I know. I mean, I'm okay with saying the fupa, but some feel the pouch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll call it the pouch. But for other people that don't know what the pouch is the fupa area. And then, maybe we can talk about, some nutrition things. I know you have a nutrition packet too on your website. I checked that out too.
Yes.
That's awesome because what to eat. My thing is, don't tell me what I can't, because now I'm just going through withdrawal and I'm stressed out. Tell me what I can eat, so that's something else you guys have to check her out because she's not only showing you ways to work out that's easy and quick and fun and at home, she's also telling you what you should eat. That's ciao. And she has waist trainers. I'm done. That is amazing.
I have the whole package. It's the whole package. The
You
whole package.
do.
I think because you really you need everything, and everything really helps. And I love what you said, because it's not, you don't want to focus on what you can't eat, just focus
Right.
on what you can eat and what you should be eating, just like
Right.
what you should incorporate more. Yes, mindset.
Yeah, mindset all day. All
All right.
right, Chica. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You have to come back.
I will.
And yes, and chicas, go over there like ASAP. Everything will be down in the description below. Check her out on social medias, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, right?
Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Yes.
Perfect. And her website, okay?
And my website. Yes.
Definitely go on her website. All right, chicas. Well, this was great. And this was actually my first video.
Oh, I'm honored.
Yes.
I am
Yes,
honored. Thank you.
Yes, my first video for my podcast. And again, this is going to happen once a week with different guests. And then we'll have repeated guests on here as well, because I know this is something that women are going to love. Moms are going to love, is hearing this from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for having me. And
You're welcome.
ladies, mamas, I can't wait to communicate with you,
Yes.
chat with me, and reach out to me with any questions.
Absolutely. All right, chicas. Well, you have a great, fabulous, gorgeous night. And we will talk to you mañana. Right, mama?
Yes. Thank you. Bye.